We're pleased to be joined now by the manager of David Blatt Reverse Mortgages and KAYE Financial Group, David Blatt, with us on the Oakland County Megacast. Mr. Blatt, thank you for being with us today.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure, it's Ronnie and Tyler. Look forward.
Appreciate having you on. How have you been? How is your business doing as this pandemic continues onward?
Fortunately, our family, knock on wood, is good. I actually have two nurses, one a nurse practitioner and a nurse, and they were both safe but busy. So as far as the business, it's been busy. If you follow the financial market, the interest rates are probably the lowest they've ever been, if not very close to it. And so a lot of people are refinancing for lowering that interest rate, and typically anyone over 4% on a 30-year. I just closed a loan last week at 2.875 on a 30-year fix with no origination fees. So it's very low. So we've been busy. Fortunately, the mortgage business technology is very good. So I've been working from home for a couple of years. So it really hasn't impacted my business very much at all.
So you are the manager of David Blatt Reverse Mortgages, and that brings up my primary question, because I understand what a mortgage is, but what is a reverse mortgage? How does that work?
A reverse mortgage is really just a loan. It's really no difference at all than a forward mortgage, except that you have options to pay it back. And typically, most people don't make any payments on a reverse. And the mortgage itself is not due until the homeowner, if their husband and wife, leave the house or sell it. And that's when the mortgage is paid off.
So are there certain benefits in the times we're in now? Someone has a regular mortgage, a forward mortgage, as you had said, and they're looking to refinance, they're looking to change how they're paying for their home. Can they switch now or transition now to a reverse mortgage if they're looking to save the money for what they need right now for the basic necessities, and not necessarily betting is not the best word, but planning on in the future as they get back to work, as the market does improve and going forward, that they're able to collect the funds that they need to then, when they do go to sell the home, be able to pay that off?
Well, typically, most of the reverse mortgages that I do or the company does is paying off someone's first mortgage. But we need 50%, close to 50% equity in their house to do that. So everyone doesn't qualify. But that is one of the main reasons why people do get a reverse mortgage, is to stop their mortgage payment and increase their monthly income, which, especially if they're retired, gives them more financial cash flow every month and protection, so they can take that money, like you said, and either enjoy it, give it to family, or save it.
What is the biggest financial advice that you're offering to people during this uncertain times, even perhaps to families that did not lose their jobs?
Well, I mean, I'm in the mortgage business. I don't give financial advice, so I can give them advice on which is the best mortgage for them. You know, either a reverse or a forward mortgage or an adjustable or a fixed 30-year or 15. But the only advice that I give people is, number one, if I can lower their interest rates, like I said, and they can save a couple $1,000s a year, or if they have a lot of credit cards, it makes sense because, as everyone knows, credit card companies could be charging between 12 and 20% interest rate. So if you can get a 3% mortgage, consolidate those credit cards, that automatically increases the cash flow for the homeowner. And it also is tax deductible, where the credit cards today are not tax deductible, that interest.
David Blatt with us. He is the manager of David Blatt Reverse Mortgages and KAYE Financial Group. So for those that are refinancing right now or looking to refinance, how can that benefit them right now? Is there any additional costs to that would maybe make them averse to this Or are they able to go into this process, refinance their mortgage, and in doing so, put more dollars in their pocket right now that will help them with other basic necessities as people continue to struggle financially during the coronavirus pandemic?
Yes, I mean, typically we never take a fee until we approve a client. First, we decide, talk to them, which is the best program for them that meet their needs. I typically meet with all my clients in person if possible. Now, obviously, with the virus, sometimes it's difficult, but we can Zoom to them or do FaceTime. The closing cost on most loans are around $2,500. No origination fee. The only out-of-pocket cost, if there is, would be the appraisal after we approve them, and that will range between $400 and $500. And the banks actually order the appraisal. With the last recession, the mortgage companies are really hands off on appraisals. So that's really the only out-of-pocket cost. If they need to, if they want to escrow for taxes, property taxes and insurance, that is added on, of course, to the mortgage. But the clients, the borrowers, will get a refund from their present lender and their escrow. So it's really a wash there. And that's basically it. It's pretty simple. The lenders, the banks we work with, we probably have about 50 banks, but we're closing loans right now in about 3 weeks, which is very good.
If someone is on the edge about looking into refinancing right now, what would you say to them?
Well, the first thing is we just look at their interest rates and see what their payment is. And if it takes really not very long, 15 minutes, I can qualify someone. The one question is a big question is credit scores today. Again, with the last Great Recession we had, the banks are very conservative. So credit scores today will basically set the interest rate more or less on the clients. So if someone has a below 700 or 620, but the best rates today are typically 720 and over.
David Blatt with us. He's the manager of David Blatt Reverse Mortgages and KAYE Financial Group with us on the Oakland County MegaCast. David, just another couple minutes with you before we have to let you go. Anything else that's really important for our audience to know, or anything else that you'd like to touch on today before we say goodbye?
Typically, the most important thing is someone can just give me a call. We can, they don't realize how easy it is to refinance. They could save thousands of dollars. I mean, someone saving $2,000 a year can end up saving $80,000 for a life of a mortgage. I mean, it really adds up. And on the reverse side, most people don't realize that we also do purchases on the reverse side, which is a strong market. People could put half down, seniors, and they never have to make a mortgage payment again. And again, they'll be able to take those proceeds that they don't need to put down on that house and save it or put it into their financial plan. And again, it gives them more monthly cash flow. So a reverse has become a very strong mortgage today for seniors 62 and over, by the way. Should really take a look at.
Well, David, thank you very much for being with us today.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you. Anytime.